Hi Henley friends. Today we are going to start coloring our color wheel. Everyone should have a color wheel that has 12 sections. It kind of looks like a pizza that's been cut into 12 pieces. Each section should be labeled with a number that shows you what colors should go inside that section. So the number ones are the primaries, there are 3. The number 2s are the secondary colors, also have 3. And the number 3s are the intermediate colors. There should be 6 intermediate colors. And the pattern should be 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1. And you can see the copier cut it off, but that's supposed to be a 3, 2, 3. Okay, so let's start with our primary colors. You always start with the primary colors first. You can put the primaries in any section you want as long as it's labeled a number 1. But I always like to try to follow the same pattern so that all of our color wheels are the same. It's a lot easier when you go to fill in the secondaries and the intermediates if you put your primary colors in the same sections that I do. So I always put yellow on the top in the middle. Red goes in the lower left-hand number 1. And then blue will go in the lower right-hand number 1 section. Now, I'm coloring fast, but when you color, you should take your time. If you need to pause the video, you can always pause the video so that you can take your time, color nice and neatly. Now, the primary colors are very important because these are the 3 colors that create all of the other colors on the color wheel and many other colors that we have. That's why they get the number 1 spot. Okay. Once you're done with your primaries, now you're going to have to search for your secondary colors inside the box. Make sure you grab the correct colors. Green. This one is violet purple. That's what it says on the crayon. And orange. So these, it does matter where you put them. You have to put the secondary color in between the 2 primary colors that make it. So I always used to say, mommy, the daddy, and the baby goes in the middle. Just like when you were little and used to hold mommy's hand on one side and daddy's hand on the other, and they would swing you back and forth between each other. So yellow and blue. The baby is green, so green goes in the middle, and it has to go in the number 2 spot because green is a secondary color. Okay. Mommy, daddy, which baby goes in the middle? My favorite, violet. And the last color family, as I like to call them, mommy, daddy, baby goes in the middle, is orange. Now if you go outside the lines like I just did, that's okay. We're going to color that in next, and it'll cover it right up. Okay, so all of my number 2s are labeled or colored in with my secondary colors. If you want to label on the outside of your color wheel, you can, but you don't necessarily have to because we're just going to cut these out and glue them down to another piece of paper anyway. So now I have to search for all of my intermediate colors. These are the colors that are made by mixing a primary and a secondary. So yellow plus orange is yellow-orange. Red plus orange is red-orange. Red plus violet is red-violet. Blue plus violet is blue-violet. Blue plus green, blue-green. And last but not least, yellow plus green is yellow-green. Try not to mix up yellow-green and green-yellow because they're 2 very different colors. Same thing goes for red-violet and violet-red. They may sound the same, but you want to make sure that you choose the color that has the primary name first. So not yellow, not green yellow, but yellow green. So this one we don't want. And violet red, violet is the secondary color, so we don't want that one. We want red violet. So 1 plus 2 equals 3 in the middle. Right. Once you have these colored in, you can start cutting out your color wheel and making it into something new. So while you're coloring, you might want to start thinking about, what do I want my color wheel to be? And there's lots of different options. And you can always come up with your own options. You don't have to use any of my suggestions if you don't want to. Okay. And I'm going to finish coloring this in real quick. While I do that, I'm just going to hit pause so you don't have to watch me color the whole thing.